No matter to me, she said, hola, como esta? She said, konnichiwa. She said, pardon my French. I said, bonjour, madame.
Hi guys, welcome to Coffee Confessions with Fly Moms. Now, last week, if you remember, we left you basically with starting to think about who you were before you were a mom, a significant other, a career woman, and things of that nature. So after that, we basically ended up having this really interesting conversation, and we asked ourselves, hey, if you could, write your younger self a letter, what is it that you would tell your younger self, to kind of help guide them through life? So what would you tell your younger self?
So me first, okay. Well, I would definitely tell my younger self, like, your high school boyfriend more than likely will not be your husband. So don't cry and be all crazy.
Oh my goodness.
Over your first love, because more than likely he will not be your last love.
More than likely.
So definitely do not let him or her deter any of your plans.
I agree.
I would also speaking of plans, I would tell myself, like, most of your plans aren't going to go exactly how you plan your life.
No.
So always be ready for the unexpected to occur, and keep your goals, but know that your goals may change at any moment.
Very much so.
What else would I tell my younger self? Don't be afraid to explore the world. Like, as much as we travel, I always meet people in different places, and they'll say, like, oh, no, I'm not from here. I came and visit this city or this country. I loved it so much. I got a little job here and I have a roommate. Being younger, that would have been a great experience to have, or even like a great thought to have, because then maybe I wouldn't have thought, like, oh, in my life, I'm just going to be a mom.
Very much
and
so.
Work a regular job.
Exactly.
Definitely, like, exploring the world give you more to look forward to in life. And so even if you didn't get the chance, I would definitely say, like, give it to your children. Find a hobby. I would tell my younger self to find a hobby, especially like now, being an adult, and you see so many people that make a living, or even like,
doing some amazing things that you never even would have like considered making
a career,
making six figures. I mean, listen,
making so much money, especially how the world is now in the web, and how you can connect with people all over the universe. My last thing that I would tell my younger self is, don't live your life how other people expect you to. Like, I feel like a lot of decisions I made was based off of what would my family think. Mm-hmm. Like, all the grown-ups at the time lived their life and made all their mistakes. And I felt like I was living my life underneath a magnifying glass.
Very much so.
And so a lot of choices I didn't make. A lot of choices that I did make weren't based off my natural instinct.
Right.
So I think that's pretty much all I would tell my younger self. How about you? Have you thought about it?
I have. So my first thing is, it's okay, to not be perfect. Mm-hmm. And I think we had talked about, we looked on Instagram and saw like unevolved Libra versus like evolved Libra.
Remember that? Yeah, I remember.
And it was saying that like the unevolved Libra is like a people pleaser. And it's, oh my God, it's like so true. I live my life trying to please everybody else, from elementary school on up, trying to make straight A's, trying to be a doctor. Even when I got into relationships, like, I think I started to, kind of take heed to what my significant other would want or like, and I would try to mold myself into that. Uh-huh. And then later, after losing them or breaking up, I would be so lost. And I'm like, why don't I know who I am? And it's because I was so busy trying to be somebody that I never was. You know what I mean? So then at 30, I think I really just started to kind of figure out, who Lakil is.
And that already took away like so many years. We had so many more years, but it still took away.
That you can't get back. That's a lot of time you can't get back. You know what I mean? And so another thing is, you don't have all the answers. You're going to change your mind a million times. Like I said, I was going to school to be a doctor. Then I'm like, okay, I'll do psychology. Oh, wait. But no, I love this. And so then at a certain age, I decided to think about what I actually love. Like, you know what I mean? Think about what you would do that would make you happy that you would do for free.
Exactly. And your story's like mine. Like when I started college also, I changed my major like 3 times before I finally got like my degree. Maybe 4 times.
Yeah.
I changed a lot of times because most of the programs that I was changing to was like things that my parents were telling me, like,
very much so.
Go into that. Or like my aunt is like, I make a lot of money at this job, go into that. But none of those were like what I really
exactly wanted to do. Exactly. So live for you, like you said before. You know what I mean? Just live for you. I also learned that love just isn't enough. So, and that's just not in relationships. I mean, even in family, like, you know what I mean? Like, you have family members and they're like, oh, I love you, you know what I mean? But they use and abuse, you know, the relationship or your kindness or things like that. And so sometimes in any situation, you have to be able to ask yourself, you know, is love enough? Is this type of connection or bond or whatever the tie is enough? You know what I mean? Is it also mutual and beneficial, and is it healthy? You know what I mean? And if the answer is no to most of those, you know what I mean? Yeah. Then you should walk away, because I think some of us have really big hearts. And then as mothers especially, like, I think you just have this nurturing thing about you. And it's so easy for people to call on you, you know what I mean? And you jump. You know what I mean? Every time, you know, and at some point you get burned out and you're miserable. And
it's a nurturer in you, like you
said.
It
is. Yeah. You know what I mean? So at some point you have to say, is love enough? Should I walk away? You know what I mean?
Because you should always require more than just love.
Exactly.
Love isn't enough.
Can't live off of hugs. I'm just saying.
You can't eat off of kisses.
Listen, hello. So another big thing I learned is I think we've kind of touched on just amongst each other, you know, spirituality, not necessarily getting into religion, politics, or anything like that, but just being spiritual enough to pray. So often in my life, I would pray and I would ask God for these answers. Oh, God, remove them out of my life if it's not meant to be, you know, and then all these things would happen, you know, like things would be revealed, you know, and things would fall apart and chaos would happen. And those were my answers, right? But they weren't the answers that I wanted.
So you didn't take heed.
So I didn't listen. So another thing that I just came across at 30 is while I guess kind of wanting to have a significant other, I realized in my relationship that it's not, for me anyway, it's not just how he makes me feel about him, it's how he makes me feel about me.
Exactly. Yeah.
So I think like when we talked about the whole love at first sight thing, and people are all like, oh yeah, I saw him and I just knew, you know, and that's great. And I do believe in love at first sight, but I think it's also being with the person and them having the ability to kind of make you feel like you can take over the world. You know what I mean? Bringing the best out of you.
That is very, very important in a relationship, because you need someone that's going to always be there to, like, encourage you.
Very much so.
Or make you feel, like you said, like you can take over the world. You will never get far with someone who tells you that you're nothing.
Some people will have, like, for instance, a guy that'll buy them the world. You know what I mean? And so you may be like, oh my God, he's such a great guy. He's so successful and stable. But then at the end of the day, like she said, he tells you like, oh no, your dreams are too big, or, you know.
Or he'll never set you up to take over the world.
Hello.
It's almost like, what is it? Like, you can teach a man to fish.
Oh.
What is it?
What is the saying?
Or is it something like
this? It's kind of like you can take a horse to the water, but you can't make him drink it.
No.
No.
Like, a man will respect you. Like, you could give a man a fish, or you can teach him to fish.
Yes. Well, so basically, I think
basically you could give somebody everything, but he'll respect you more when you teach him how to do it himself.
Exactly.
I don't really know what the saying
what the verbiage is, but that's the point.
Yeah. So, like, it's a lot of women who are taken care of by men.
Yeah.
But when it comes to them saying, "Hey, I'm ready to provide," or "I'm ready to be my own person,"
right?
They're like,
no. So I've learned that just because it doesn't come in the packaging, you know, that you envision for yourself.
Oh, now you know that.
Doesn't mean that it's not still addressed to you.
Oh,
So
I like
open
that.
it.
I like that. That makes me think of your unwrapped purse.
Listen, I just be tying stuff in sometimes.
That is awesome.
So yeah, open it. You never know what's on the inside.
Oh, you know what?
What?
I would also tell my younger self to be more open to new people.
Yeah. Oh, definitely.
Open to all kind of experiences.
Definitely. Oh, like remember we were in Barcelona and we went to that restaurant with the tapas? And remember at the end of the thing she was telling us, we were like, oh, well, what's in it? You know what I mean? And she said,
she said
the sheep's milk.
Oh my God. And we was like, if we would have known it would have been sheep's milk, we would have never
tried
but
it.
it was our favorite tapa that was
Literally,
there.
we could not get enough of it. And very good point. Very good point. We would have been so close-minded had we known that it was made with that. Let alone it was the most savory, fulfilled. Oh my God, it was so good. It was awesome.
I don't know why amazing is my favorite word.
I know.
But it was very delicious. Okay, so I'm gonna drop a bomber on everyone.
Oh goodness.
One of my new experiences that I want to experience.
What?
I want to go to a nude beach.
Me too. Once I have a six-pack.
I gotta get myself together. But
that would be really. But you know what?
But I can't go with you though. I wouldn't want to see you naked. That kind of be like
a little awkward.
Invasion of privacy.
Probably a little bit. Yeah, it's a bit much. Listen, 18 years of friendship might be a bit much. So, do your younger self
a favor. No, not a favor. What you about to say? I just have to finish your sentence. All wrong.
Listen.
All wrong.
Not that you wasn't going to do a good job, but I was just going to say, do your younger self, live. Be you unapologetically.
Yeah. And you can do your younger self now. Like, if you write down everything you would tell your younger self, try to...
Yeah. To do it now.
Yeah.
Listen, if you woke up today, you have a chance to do something different, to be someone different.
To rewrite your story.
Period. It's never too late as long as you're alive.
Never.
So, what are you waiting on?
Answer that.
Answer that.
Felicia done went and came back. And you still right there doing nothing.
What? Listen. Y'all know I'm gonna fly this.
Have you seen that post where it was like, it's like a shirt they make now, and it said like, I want to be Felicia, she go everywhere?
No! Your younger self. Live your life. Be you unapologetically. And for those of you who have lists and things that you want to accomplish and, things that you like to say to your younger self, comment below. Send us an email. We'd love to hear from you. www.flymoms.com